screaming.
The following program is rated TVMA. It is intended only for mature audiences. What's up, everybody? How you doing? It is Saturday, and that means it's another commission day. That's right, guys. I am the host, Warren Marlowe from the Buzzing with Marlowe podcast, and I would like to welcome you to Commission Talks. All right, guys, I know we have so much that has went down in the world of pro wrestling. We're going to have a little bit of a different change with that today, but as you know, I am not alone. We are waiting on my co-host right now, Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast and the 1130 Talk Pro Wrestling, and we are the commission. As you know, there's a lot we can talk about. Also, I want to just say thank you for everybody that listened, shared, and even we got a good amount of subscribers from the episode that we had yesterday. Shout out to Matt Burton. It was an awesome episode, and I can't wait to have him back on again. It was a very fun, and more importantly, man, a lot of knowledge. And the dude went through a lot, and it was good to actually get a perspective of somebody that goes through so much like that and is still able to smile and still continue their day, because we have so much that goes on, and I feel like we forget how to smile. And there's a lot of things that can be tough. There's be a lot of bad days and stuff like that, and it gives you a different perspective. So if you haven't checked out that episode, I definitely recommend y'all go to the episode for the Buzz One Marlowe episode that we had with Matt Burton, and that was aired yesterday. We had a great listens. I will also be putting that out on all audio platforms as of today, after commission talks. I want to apologize on the delay, but the wife and the kid, man, they wanted to go play around for Halloween. Obviously, it's a little early. Halloween is this upcoming Friday, and guys, we're almost done with the year. And it's insane to say Christmas is starting to get planned, Thanksgiving. I mean, that's gonna be a whole nother rant for things. But guys, like I said, I'm not alone. We gonna go in, we gonna talk about some interesting topics today, and we're gonna start the new topic I wanted to put in for the episode. Also want to give a shout out to our boy, our co-host, our always forever commission guy, Brian B, for coming on last week. It was a fun episode. My goodness. It sucked that we did so much time on it, and we all had to rush off in some essence. But guys, like I said, I'm not alone. We have got my boy Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast, rolling on down the ramp, yeeting and fly as can be. He ain't got the sunglasses on, but guess what? It's going to have some fun day. Ladies and gentlemen, I got Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast. What's up, bro?
What it do, man? What's going on?
It is a day, dude. Obviously I've just been trying to relax today. Watch some college football. My team don't play for another. They play at 7, so it's almost 5. So we got a little bit of time. Hopefully we play 10 times better than we did last week. And I can't even talk about the Jaguars. I don't even know what happened there. So football has been a little iffy last week. So hopefully we get better. But hey, we here to talk about pro wrestling. We here to talk about some dad rants. We here to talk about all kinds of things. And as you are joined with your little co-host as well, I'm pretty sure you want to start one particular topic that we always talk about in these lovely commission talks. And guys, I think it's time. Yeah, buddy. I could tell you were having that evil grin on your face because I know you got some stuff you want to talk about when it comes to that topic.
Put it on. Come here.
So, Dre, you want to start the dad rant, brother?
I guess I do. I
lock the door before you start talking on the microphone.
I don't even know where to start. Like I really don't right now. We in the process of it's about a million things going on right now. It's a million things going on right now. Why are you supposed to be frying some chicken? She told me to look at the chicken. Look at the chicken while she go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom with him for a minute. I flipped the chicken, told her, look at it, it's getting a little cooked. You want me to turn it down? No, leave it. Okay, all right. You're taking a little bit of time to come out the bathroom. So that's one thing. Two, like I mentioned before we started, we are in the process of potty training. I can't even get it out. We're in the process of potty training, and he, got this thing where he's still working on number two process. He goes, he do number one. He goes to the bathroom, do number one, and everything like that. But if he's so caught up in whatever is on that YouTube video or on them YouTube videos, his ass just sit there and just act like he doesn't know he had to go to the damn bathroom or whatnot. So, that's one thing. But yeah, like we in the process of that. Number two, or I don't even know if I meant to say number two. Then another thing is like weekends, man. I feel like weekends are way more stressful than weekdays. I don't even know. I don't even know if that's even possible. But
I think you're gonna be scared of summertime.
I'm glad you even said that. I like my summertime. Um, yeah, we got some time for that. But yeah, man, and weekends, I'm telling you, jumping on his mother, woke her up 7 o'clock in the morning, talking about he hungry, he wants something to eat. So she got up and she just got her chair back the other day. So I know she ecstatic about that. She was happy about getting up. But yeah, got up, been up since 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I'm getting up at 7 o'clock. Amir, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come, climb up. No, come here. I gotta tell you something. No, no. Why? Come on, man. Where's that? Go get it.
Yeah.
Okay, he be trying to steal camera time though, but I'm
Get shy when he gets asked to be on it. Yeah.
Okay, now put it on. No. Put it on first. Come on. Put it on, and then I'm gonna ask you something.
Annabelle,
all right, put it on.
Exact same, bro.
Yeah, man. I just be like, dog. I'm not getting up. So no, man. I mean, I get up, and I go make him some waffles or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I ain't getting up. I get up. But I'm like, she get in the bed 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever time it is. Last night was Friday, so I was doing the watch along. So she was in the bed when I was doing it, or was she? Whatever the case was. So normally she go to bed 9 o'clock, so she up. That's kind of like her normal time, 8 o'clock in the morning. Especially if it's not a school day. But I don't go to bed till like 1 o'clock. I be having trouble getting in the bed, falling asleep, or just having trouble just telling myself, okay. First of all, do you hear music in the background?
No.
Okay, good. All right. Because the music is playing out there. I'm not too sure if you heard it.
I got it tuned. You're good.
You sure?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, all right. No music. Okay, good. Because I hate that. Oh, trust me, doing a podcast and yeah, all right. Yeah, man, just gotta get up early in the morning, make some waffles or whatever, then lay back down. But then once he finishes waffles or he get tired of his YouTube show, then he gonna come in there and want to jump on both of us.
Yep.
Nah, man, look at it, bro. Chill your little butt out, bro. Like, I don't know, taking them to school and coming back for a little while and going to go pick them up throughout the week. You give you a little break or whatever, got some time, but weekends, man, especially if nobody coming to get him, especially because he always want to go over his nana house. He be like, man, I'm going over nana house. I'm like, all right, better ask your mother. Grandma, my mother, she kind of like waiting until he always potty train in a way, because she like, man, I ain't changing no shit, these diapers or pull-ups or whatever case is. How some person, okay, go get another one. Why you do that? Get another one. For real. Always want everybody else to do. Nah, come on. You got it. You got it, bro. Get the pull up, put it on, bro. I can't do it. You can.
No, I like how they know we won't do it. They go straight to the mom. They know the mom is going to fully do everything. Like here's an example. This is a great rant right here. If we would wake up. So here's the funny thing. If we would ever wake up our significant other to make us anything, somebody's getting something thrown in the back of our head.
Man.
But for them, they do it with no problem. They might be mad, and they're gonna be mad. You still sleeping while they up and rolling now. But yeah,
I look at it like, man, like if you're going to bed at 8 o'clock because you get up and it takes you some, yeah, like you get up a little early, and I understand that it takes you a little time, to get dressed and take you some time to get yourself together and everything like that. That's you. That's you, respectfully, though. And when you're tired, you're tired. So if you want to come in here, you want to go to bed at 8 o'clock?
Yes. This daddy?
Turn on my light.
What's up, buddy?
All right, get off the headphone. Yeah, like if you want to come in and you want to go to bed at 8 o'clock, that's totally fine. But at the same point, like if it's, you want to go to bed at that time, that's cool. And like I said, I don't go to bed until 1. So if you up way before me, please let me sleep. Don't wake me up. Don't wake me up. That I feel like that is so inconsiderate because if you get in the bed, you good. I ain't waking you up, bro. Don't wake me up. Let me get my sleep. But yeah, it's this little man right here that act like he got ants in his pants. What's your name? Amir? Why you got your fingers in your mouth? You have fun in school?
Yeah.
What you do in school?
I like your school pictures with your blue glasses.
What you learn?
Colors and shapes.
Colors and shapes.
Yeah.
Every time we get him from school, he always tells somebody, they always ask him what you learn in school. The first thing he say is, I learned colors and shapes. He said it. He said
nothing.
She said nothing?
Bro, she looks at me and goes, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I got that to deal with. So, be glad you get any time. I ask Annabelle every day, hey, how was school? But mommy asked. Mommy asked.
Then another thing.
Oh, mommy, it's good. We went to PE. We did this. We did.
Then another thing, though, like you talked about it a lot, man. Even my cousin did too. Once they are in school, trust me, every other week, they're going to be sick. Something is going to be wrong with them. Dude,
yeah.
He had a pink eye last Friday. So we had to take him down the street, go to the little clinic, get some medicine, and go, put it in the pharmacy, get it refilled. XYZ, have him feel better. Because the pictures you saw on Facebook that I posted is, what was it, left eye, right eye? I think it was right eye. It was a little swollen a little bit. Had trouble, like when he woke up, I had trouble opening it. But then it eventually opened. But yeah, he had pink eye. Then I think he had a runny nose, was coughing one day. Then 1 week he had a fever, but that lasted like a day or two. So it was like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
I'm not.
Oh yeah, kids is nasty, man. Like,
Annabelle was in preschool, and her first year last year, she was sick almost the entire years of those two classes, like scenario. And man, when I tell you, it's unreal. Like Annabelle, we've been doing perfect since we moved and we did our little thing. She's been going to school with no problem. Last week she got foot mouth. I can't remember what the damn thing's called because she literally was playing on a playground in the public and got sick. Got sick because of her playing on the playground, bro.
See, yeah, another thing. He always want to go to the playground downstairs out back. But that playground downstairs out back, man, be having like spider webs on the zone. It's not all that clean and stuff. And then we found out, like, well, not find out, but bring it back inside and then realize, like, what the fuck is that on you? What is that? Like, and it wasn't until you went to that playground. Now, you got something on you or whatever. What is juggling? What is gigolo? Juggalo?
Your thoughts on Juggalo Championship Wrestling?
Oh, JCW.
Hope it's good, man.
Is that a thing? Or
It is. I don't know. All right, but yeah, man, I think that's perfect. Kids get sick a good bit, and the biggest thing is too. I think I got to witness it yesterday. Is Annabelle's now starting to pick up on making friends. I realize that's been a challenge at some things because everybody's Annabelle's friend. And it's not just friend, it's best friend. We hear the best friend get thrown all the time. So let's put it this way. We went to this event yesterday and we were going to meet up with her best friend Lila and her mom and her sister. And they were going to come to the, the event Annabelle was super excited about getting to hang out with her. This is a friend she made in class. And needless to say, they weren't there yet. And man, when I tell you, Annabelle wasn't gonna have no fun. We're walking through all these things like when we were kids, we would have been blown away. We're seeing the Red Power Ranger. We're seeing all these different costumes. We're seeing, you're getting a bunch of candy. You got all this different environment around you. And needless to say, in a doggone word, and just keep looking and to wonder if she can find anybody that she knows. And then she goes, "That's my best friend. That's my best friend." I'm like, Bella, you got this nice lady giving you a toy or something. Smile, say thank you, do something, And she didn't have fun until her friend showed up. And I'm just sitting there like, what did we come here for? Like, I would have been blown away. Like, these things. And here's another good rant. I'm starting to realize how we're getting older. When you're seeing kids in costumes, you don't even know what they are.
Yeah, true. It's true. He is definitely making friends, man. Like, he recognized, like, okay, we get him to school, and it's like 7:50-ish. Sometimes we get there a little early. So we get in a jump. It's on the third floor. And of course the doors are locked. So we gotta sit in a little waiting little lounge or whatever with a couple of parents or whatever. So we sometimes be like maybe the only ones up there sometimes. And then around like 7:50-ish or whatever, it's this other little boy. And the elevator opens and he comes out. His mom bring him out and everything like that. And they both get eye contact and they light up. And then they be like, whatever in baby language. And then they just start chasing each other.
Connection.
Yes. And then they just start chasing each other. And I'm like, well, he's here. He's here. Yeah. And we at the point now where it's Saturday too, talking about, yeah, I want to go to school. Well, you will. You will. Trust me. You will go to school. You will. But today is Saturday and we are not going to school now. But yeah, man.
He likes it though. That's good.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And the first 2 weeks, yeah, he'd cry. He'd cry. He wanted his mother to come in the classroom with him, and mommy, you coming in with me, whatever. Now he gets to this his cubby jump with his coat, everything. Before you can say anything, he's gone. He is gone. So he's loving it. All the Mira and Drew, he know all the names, all the people in the names and stuff like that. So he picked it up. Yeah, he picking up, man.
That's one thing I'll say that I was amazed by Annabelle. Annabelle knows everybody. Anyone she knows that she knows their name. And then I got to witness this too at the event. Annabelle will call people who she think they are, and she will just stare at them until they acknowledge her. Annabelle did it 3 times yesterday where she would say someone's name, and it's not that person, but she thought it was that person, and she was getting mad that the person wouldn't talk to her. I'm like, Annabelle, that's not who that is. Yes, it is. I see him. And she would just scream it even louder. I'm like, Annabelle, come on. If she didn't acknowledge it, she didn't look this way, stop. Just stop. It's going to get a little weird.
Yeah, man.
But I've noticed this too with kids, and with their Halloween costumes and stuff, man. These kids are, and at young ages, they're wearing all these damn scary costumes. Jason, Mike Myers, and all that. I'm sitting there like, is this a thing now? Like, we letting kids really like stuff like this at 3, 4, and all that?
I said that to Britt the other day. I said that to her, and I forgot what I exactly said, but I said like it's a different time now. I think what it is, it's not really. I think what I said is it's not the kids' choices anymore. I don't feel like it's all the way their choices. I feel like it's like, okay, what do you want to be for Halloween? Oh, I want to be Paw Patrol. Yeah. And then the parents look at them and be like, Paw Patrol, that ain't scary. You gotta be something like Michael Myers or what's the damn show on Netflix? Squid Games. You know, shit
Bro,
like
I
that.
saw so many kids wearing these damn Squid Games jumpers.
Because
I'm like, I told my wife because she didn't know nothing about Squid Games.
bro.
She's just seeing red light, green light, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we went
And
to the
thinking
Spirit at Halloween. They had that big old doll. It's like a stand-up thing. I was seeing the video. Annabelle's doing the creeping, walking real quick. I'm like, Annabelle, how do you know what this is?
Okay.
I'm like,
question.
You don't watch this on Netflix.
That was
it's on YouTube Shorts.
Yes, it is. It is.
And the sad thing is when she's on her YouTube, she knows how to do it. She's putting on exactly what she watches.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is with those YouTube Shorts, and this is the big issue, and I've realized this too, random stuff just goes in that algorithm.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what age.
Yes.
And she is focusing on those shorts.
Yes, and that's what he do though. And we be having to catch him because we'd just be sitting around and all of a sudden we'll hear something that he playing in them shorts and it'll be like,
and she thinks
yes,
it's a show and it's terrible.
And then it'll cuss, so it'll be like, or whatever like that, and it'll be like, what are you watching, bro? Like, go to the next video. And it's like, don't matter if you put in YouTube Kids or the regular YouTubes, it still finds it up there. And the funny thing is, he know her password by heart.
Really?
Yes. He will go grab her phone and he will put in the passcode and he go on about his business. He know how to cut the Bluetooth off. He know how to go to the settings and go. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Y'all do.
Yeah, but he don't know mine though. He don't know mine, but he get his mother phone. That's a wrap.
So on mine, I would do the YouTube thing. And I'd make it as a guest. Annabelle knows how to, because I would put it on the kids completely. And you know, they're very limited on the YouTube Kids. They can't really even do a search thing on it. So Annabelle has waited until we walk out of the room or whatever. She'll go and log out of the thing, and she knows she don't have to make an account. She just go and hits guest, and it goes right through. But now the problem is she's gonna, and this is I wish Samantha never taught her how to do it. She knows how to do the voice search. It's not typing it. She will speak it. I'm like blown away. I'm like, how is she finding this shit? And then when I look at the search thing, it's exactly what she looks at.
He saw me do that.
Stranger Things is the biggest topic in this house right now. Stranger Things. She shouldn't be watching it, but she's watching it.
Man, I ain't get back on Stranger Things in a minute. But bro, I did that. I did that a couple of times because sometimes typing that shit out, so I'm like, all right. And then I just find him out of the blue hitting the button, Seth freaking Rollins. And I'm like, what? And it's much easier for him to find it just hitting the voice button. He ain't got to type it or nothing. Just voice button. I want to watch Trains such and such. It's crazy, bro. I don't know what type of kids we are raising now. I don't even think they're human. I really don't.
More than us. Like, I don't know.
I'm here.
With
Come
school,
here.
With school right now, bro.
Come here. That's
Annabelle just in kindergarten. She has got blocked. When I look at her report card schedule thing, right?
Yeah, I know.
There's like 6 classes for kindergarten. I haven't had a report card or anything like that until I was in 6th grade. So it was like, literally, I'm just like, she's got science, she's got this. I'm like, this is kindergarten. What are we teaching?
I don't even know. I don't. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, man, I think that was going to be our real good dad rant for this go around. You got any last things for dad rant, bro? You got any more?
Say that one more time. Say that last part again.
I said you ready to go to the next topic, or you got another?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I said, man. Now since he in school, now since everything bad, right, you can go on. Yes, I looked at the time and I was like, I don't think we're gonna get into no wrestling. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna talk about no wrestling in this one. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so I had this topic. Our last episode we did we kind of did draw a good time limit on it, but I think we definitely need to talk about it because I feel like a lot of fans have forgotten what it is to like about pro wrestling. And obviously the most typical answer we get from so many wrestling fans is I don't watch this type of wrestling because I watch the real pro wrestling. So, Dre, I'm going to ask you first. What is your opinion, and more importantly, what is your view on what is real pro
What is real pro wrestling?
What is the view of you saying you watch real pro wrestling? Because all the independent wrestling fans will tell you, I watch the real pro wrestling.
Wow,
Like,
really?
What is it?
Really though? Like you watch the real pro wrestling though?
I'm sure you
No.
heard a lot
I'm
of
just
fans
saying
say
because
that
I'm
crap.
pretty sure it was someone who actually said some shit like that, really. But I'm like, I mean, I don't know what the
I'm an independent wrestler, so I mean, like,
well, I don't know what the real pro wrestling is though. But professional wrestling. What is professional wrestling? I mean, at its core, I mean, it's storytelling. You know, it's storytelling. It's good guy versus bad guy. It's that's really what it is, man. Wrestling is one of sort of like the oldest, things. Way older than football or any sport that you can think of, man. It goes way back to the early '90s, man. Just yeah, at its core, wrestling is storytelling, making people feel, making people get to the end of the show and be like, "Oh man, I can't wait till next week, man." Like that's really what professional wrestling is. Now, granted, yeah, everybody have their own opinion. Of course, now with social media and the times we live in, everybody got their own opinion and views. What is professional wrestling? Whether it's AEW or I like this professional wrestling. Wrestling is supposed to be this, and or I like independent wrestling because wrestling is supposed to be this, or it's supposed to be violent or brutal or whatever the case may be. You feel me? Um, I think and that's another thing too, man. Professional wrestling, is subjective. It's very subjective. Amir, out the window, out the window, out the window, out the window, out the window. All right, go out there, go out in the living room. Go. We'll go get him. We'll go get him. Babe, back up. Babe, back up, please. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly, you know, what certain people want out of just saying I watched the real pro wrestling or whatever like that. Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but like I just said, at its core, professional wrestling is storytelling. Whether you watch AEW, whether they trying to tell the stories that they're trying to tell, because like I said, at its core, that's really what it is. That's really what people really tune in to and tune in for. It's your soap opera. It's like Young and the Restless. My mother stay watching Young and the Restless, man. That was her stories. This is our stories right here, man. Every Monday and every Friday with WWE, or whether you watch AEW or TNA or whatever it is, man. Like you're just supposed to be, like wrestling. When I think of wrestling, it brings me back to when I was a little kid, man. Just not knowing anything, not knowing for real who's the good guy. Well, you sort of know who's the good guy when the crowd's booing them or whatever the case may be, but just not knowing what's so accessible nowadays, like rumors and spoilers and all the stuff like that, man. It just took me back to a moment when I was a child and just certain things happened and I was just, oh my God, like it's just a different time. It's just a different time we live in. And I go back to the AEW spot where Darby Allin and John Moxley, everybody have mixed feelings on that situation. Because I think everybody now is so smart. Everybody is so like, we know what wrestling is, I guess, or supposed to be. But the 12-year-old me didn't know shit about it. I'm just a fan. and seeing JR getting lit on fire, I'm just like, what in the world is this? You know, because I was thinking of some shit, and I'm like, I mean, we seen some stuff in wrestling. Yeah, we have though. But I think the time that we have seen some crazy stuff, I mean, and I'm just speaking for myself, I wasn't aware of, what this really was or is or anything like that. I'm thinking like this legit. But no, this is actually, storytelling. This is actually, well, at that point, 2003 or whatever, I wouldn't call it so much of a storytelling. But long story short, that's what professional wrestling really is, though.
Okay. I like your perspective on those because, like I said, man, there's so many ways that we can talk about it. Like obviously this holiday that's coming up, Halloween, that is pro wrestling at its finest. You can be anything, and like you just said, bro, we're in a different era right now. Back then, pro wrestling was something that we looked at and we go, wow, there's nobody like him. There's nobody that could do what he's doing and stuff like that. And then now you've got the people, because back then we didn't know what a work was, we didn't know what a shoot was, we didn't know all these things. We watched, like you just said, we witnessed JR getting burned by Kane. We witnessed the most scariest moment is when Kane took his mask off and just choke slam Rob Van Dam through the canvas. I mean, WCW stuff. We witnessed Sting coming from the rafters, dropping down like some dude, and then you see a movie called The Crow, and it looks the exact same. You're sitting there thinking like, oh my gosh, The Crow is on TV. Like, just certain believability, certain things. Like, and then you see Goldberg. Goldberg looks like the freaking Terminator, just smashing people left and right. You've got, ECW. I wasn't a big fan of it. I never watched it when I was a kid because I thought it was absolutely just asinine. And plus, I wasn't allowed to stay up super late at night. So I wasn't going to be able to watch ECW if I wanted to.
Yeah, like I was telling Chris, I didn't watch ECW. That was before my time of becoming a
ECW
wrestler.
wasn't pro wrestling. And that's the thing. When we talk about, we watch real pro wrestling, we watch this. And I hear people talk about, the Hammerstein Ballroom, the ECW, and all this. I was like, name one that was actually a wrestling match. You can't. Unless if you saw Sabu or unless you saw Taz or certain individuals, you weren't getting wrestling matches. You were getting stuff because those guys didn't know how to work. They saw it as, we've got to change the whole game. Paul Heyman, a genius when it came to pro wrestling because Paul Heyman's been around it for as long as he's been on this planet. So it's like he wanted to change the aura of it. He knew there was no such thing as a guy called Sandman, and he was going to go 15 minutes, bell to bell, doing suplexes and all that. No, he came in there beating his ass up before he even got in the match. Because guess what? He wasn't going to do much because he was going to beat the shit out of you because you were going to look at this man going, my God, he just busted 5 cans on his head. He's bleeding before he even gets to the ring. Like, here's the things that makes me really – it irritates me when we hear about pro wrestling. When we talk about, the real wrestlers, the real this, the real that. If they're a real wrestler, how is it that those people that are not the real wrestlers are getting the t-shirts bought? They're getting the merch sold. They're getting the different things. They're getting your shit on national TV to where you can watch way more opportunities of pro wrestling, give you different values and stuff that you're wanting to do. Now, I have never been a fan of New Japan. There's maybe 3 matches I can name off my hand that I enjoyed because it was actual storytelling to the match. And it had to be one with Chris Jericho. It had to be one with Cody Rhodes. And it had to be the one with AJ Styles. And those are the only 3 I can really tell you that I've been like, yeah, that was mind blowing. But when it comes to certain things, man, we've got to start realizing stuff. When we talk about, it's fake, they They were waiting for moves. They're doing this. They're doing that. If you like watching people do cartwheels and flips and all this stuff before they even hit the person, what are you watching? Like, if that's what you like, that's what you like. If that's what your view of pro wrestling is, it's not so great on the analogy when you're sitting there telling us, oh, this is better than this. We're not having that debate. We're not talking about that, but it's like people just bash people because they don't watch one particular thing. If you like AEW, you like AEW. You like New Japan, you like New Japan. But it's really hard to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling if you want to be honest, because guess what? It doesn't have full network standpoint because it's never gotten the audience viewing standpoint as high as it should be. So, like, when you look at the views on what is pro wrestling, like Dre said, I look for the storytelling. My wife, she watches it based off their look. And I'm talking about the gears. I'm talking about those are what captivates her into the show. When she watches the promos, that's what sells her into watching the product. Like a woman like Nikki Bella. My wife loves Nikki Bella because guess what? She saw her on Total Bellas and Total Divas. It connected her to watch pro wrestling. So why would I need wrestling fans to bash my wife? This is just an example. I'm not saying this ever happened, but I'm saying this in any way that everyone wants to shoot everything down in pro wrestling. My wife started watching wrestling based off of being with me because I'm a pro wrestler and I was doing this stuff. So she had to do stuff to, for us to connect in some way. And what got her into pro wrestling? Going to the house shows, the NXT house shows that were in Jacksonville. A very small venue, wasn't the big star stage and everything like that. And it eased her into watching people like Carmella. Carmella got her into pro wrestling, if I want to be honest. Bailey, Sasha, all these girls because of their the way that they brought the presence into pro wrestling. It wasn't because of how they moved. It wasn't because of how they did certain things. It was just the presence that they had, and she thought that was cool. You've got people that come in from watching, the reality shows and stuff like that. We always talk about what we want to do to grow our shows. We call it networking. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to go on other people's shows. We're going to, showcase what we have and explain to them like a show and tell essence, like, hey, what is our show about? Like, what's our backstory? Why should even anybody care to tune into our product? Like, what is our perspective on these things? Like, for pro wrestling, my background is I was in the ring for almost 10 years. I got a good perspective of pro wrestling. I'm very open-minded with pro wrestling because, as Dre and a lot of people have witnessed, a lot of pro wrestlers don't want to really talk about the products of WWE, AEW, stuff like that. They just want to talk about their self, and they want to talk about what's going around them. So a lot of people like what I have because I give you an open perspective of everything of pro wrestling. And it's like, I'm open to talk about it because at first I'm fan. I'm fan first before I ever stepped in the ring. I had to be a fan before I even got into the thing. Now, did I watch independent pro wrestling before I got in? I honestly will tell everyone, no. I was a WWE guy. I watched WCW and WWE. And I found TNA from watching 1,000 Ways to Die. And I'm never going to sit here and try to make myself look good on these things. Like, I found that just by watching 1,000 Ways to Die. And I was like, wow, Bubba Ray's still wrestling? Jeff Hardy's on here? There's Kurt Angle. Like, I was blown away to these things. And then when I got into pro wrestling, I understood, like, there's more. There's more than what we've ever seen. It's not just WWE. So it's like you find different ways to get those resources, but it's not cool to just sit here and bash people for their opinion and perspective. And it's like, what is the real question of what is pro wrestling? When I hear people talk about, oh, that person was a real pro wrestler. What is a real pro wrestler? What I was taught in school was you draw, you sell, and you put butts to seats. That is what's pro wrestling. That is how you know you can make it in this business. They don't give a damn about your moves. They don't.
Yeah.
That is an
Yeah.
accessory.
Yeah, a lot of people got a lot of different opinions and views on it. Like I said, wrestling is very, very subjective. Unlike football and basketball, you can go off their stat sheets. You know, like, oh man, you know, he a bum. No, he not. Yes, he is. No, he not, bro. Look, his field goal average, bro, was 33%. He's some shit. He ain't making
But
nothing.
it's on your
Like,
team, you're going to say, no, it's not.
yeah, you gonna say no, but I'm talking about like from a fan debate perspective, like like not actually like you're playing football or whatever like that, but just from a fan perspective like that, that you with sports you got stat sheets and then you got sports analysts who go off of that and how they view that. With wrestling, it's more of it's subjective, it really is though, and with a lot of women I know. Uh, yeah, it really is the appearance and the looks. It is also the drama. You know how women they love their dramas and shit like that. So
And the
it really
moves are
is
last. The moves
like
are really last. That's the
yeah,
funny
and
part. People don't
the
realize with that. The
the whole
look,
mm,
presence, the aura, the storytelling,
mm-hmm,
then the moves. The
mm-hmm, yeah,
moves
yeah.
are last.
Yeah, the moves are last for them and for a lot of people though, but just based off of just seeing their perception of it and the drama and like, oh, okay, this was happening, oh, that's what happened, like
Yep.
the Jade Cargill, Bianca, and Naomi. I'm telling you, it had every woman involved in that story. I mean, it had my fiance was like, "Shit, I don't watch it, but I do want to see what's gonna happen with them three." You feel me? Like that's it right there. Like when you pull in that realism, that reality of wrestling. Shout out to Booker T. And you putting that reality into wrestling, man, and making it real. And it's like, yo, man, yeah, okay, I get it. Like these guys are also actors at the end of the day, man. I feel like the best characters are the ones who just really could just go full throttle and just pour into it, man. And especially when the story makes sense, it just makes sense, man. And so that Bianca, Jade, and Naomi, I think it had a lot of people invested into it, at
Because
least
it was
from
real.
yeah, because it was real. And not only that, we all got a girlfriend. They got a girlfriend. We all got a girl. We all got a best friend, right? And it's like you got a best friend, and or you got a couple of friends, and both of them, all three of y'all cool. But there's always that one friend sometimes that's always
Mhm.
envious, jealous of how you treating that friend or whatever the case may be. So that realism from just that alone, you bring that into storytelling with WWE, and that was basically Naomi. She was
There you go.
jealous. She been here a long time. She don't want to keep getting overlooked. Oh, now Jade is in the picture. Oh, now all we want to talk about is Jade now. So now I had to push this bitch onto a car, and bam, now everybody talking about me. You feel me? Like and then with Naomi, I'm coming to your house. Your parents, da 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 da. I don't want to talk to you. That's some real shit. When you get fed up with this friend and you get fed up with whatever, you like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I just don't want to talk to you. So I feel like, man, forget all the moves, forget all the super kicks, forget all the Canadian destroyers. You can forget about it, man. At the end of the day, how are you making people feel? How are you making people feel? How are you moving them? Are you bringing them to tears? Are you bringing them to smile? Are you bringing them to get up out their seats, to yell at the screen? Are they angry? Are they mad? Are they joyful? That right there is pro wrestling. A super kick, that's a move. That's not pro wrestling though. You feel me? But it's
I like
how.
this example. Like you've been using football as an example. Why are we watching when we have fantasy leagues? Why are we watching when we're betting? And there's in believability, the bets are making sense on certain things. Like when they talk about DraftKings and they say such and such this many yards. Why in one particular game they miss the yardage that you have in bets? But we talk about pro wrestling is fake and pro wrestling is scripted and all these things. Like I'm not saying anything about football, but I'm just saying in purpose and mindset of things. We watch movies, we watch these things. Guess what? We come into an imagination in certain things. Pro wrestling, I hate to tell you guys, is what he said. It's a male soap opera. If you don't have storytelling, you don't have a show. And one thing that I've always said rants on AEW, and it hurts them at times, they don't have the ongoing storytelling to make you go, hey, tune into next week to see what happens. They got these matches, they do the matches. The matches are exactly the same than what they do in the pay-per-views. And I feel like that is something that when we watch the Attitude Era in certain things, matches were so different in pay-per-views than what they were on Raw or SmackDown. Now, your main event and your opening match were always going to be like, oh, man, what did I just witness? And you would have to, all of us, back in the day, we had them VCRs and we had to, and after that recorded video,
yeah.
hope and pray, it recorded the whole thing and not 90210 or got overrun or something. But you would want to go back and see what happened. Or if you had AOL, wait that 10 minutes and then you could see what happened. I remember I didn't get to watch all the pay-per-views, so I'd be on that AOL, WWE.com, first thing Monday morning, waiting to see what happened. I got in trouble in school a couple of times being on WWE.com, especially on WrestleMania weekends. So, I mean, there's just a lot of ways that you can get connected into this. And, we got to stop as a community, as whatever we want to call this thing. The IWC is the biggest joke I've ever heard of because we want people to watch things, but then we're going to bash them for what they like. Come on, man. Wake up. We're all grown. We're all, fans of the game, whatever. We've got wrestlers that we can relate to. As an adult, a lot of guys don't like Cody Rhodes because guess what? He's a kids guy now. He is literally what. But there's one guy that everybody also had that problem with, but he's retiring now. Everybody loves him, and that's John Cena. So when we got these different ones, I feel like the parents are more the heel fans than the babyface fans now because you got to think the guys like Drew McIntyre and stuff like that, they can relate to the actions that we would use than compared to the good guys and stuff like that. So it's like, it's just, I think it's because we've gotten older and we're still connected to the thing. And that's how it connects you to the product at times too, is because you're going to have more of that heel mindset now. Is because you're more wiser. And more importantly, you've been around this thing for so long. It's like, man, I want to see a twist. I want to see something new. Because if we were kids with this mindset as an adult, we probably wouldn't have been Rock fans at first. We'd probably been Triple H fans. Let's be real. Because of how Triple H, was the twisted thing. You never could trust him. You never could understood, like, what was he going to do? Like, I think it's in that same context because I remember I was strictly all good guys. All good guys. I didn't like any bad guy except when The Rock turned heel. I was never going to turn on The Rock. I don't care what anyone said. That was my bad guy. That was always going to be that guy. John Cena. I didn't start liking John Cena until the Carlito stuff. That's when I started to like, hey, man, I'm starting to like this guy, He's kind of relatable in certain things. Like, John Cena, this is different. We're putting hip-hop in pro wrestling. Like, I can't believe we're doing that. And, hip-hop was really growing at that time. And, it's just like you have to put certain connections to get into the product. And that's what I believe that's in pro wrestling.
Hey,
what up, Devin?
What it do, Dan? What it do? Yeah, man. Hey, look at you. You got a fantastic point. Look, I don't even know if I can say any else that would be better than that, though. But yeah, man, that's really is, man. Like I was saying at the end, it's just how it make you feel. Are you making the people feel anything, man? Like, yeah, it's all good to have a nice 5-star match and doing a bunch of moves and having people, oh my God, oh, he kicked his head off, oh, that's great. But are you really Are you moving these people, man? Are you really making them feel? And like as much as people want to hate on WWE, as much as people want to hate on WWE, they hate on it, and then the next day they're gonna be watching Monday Night Raw. Then they're gonna get online and they're gonna talk shit about it, and then SmackDown they're
Like
gonna
people are
turn
just
on.
watching it just to
Yeah,
bash it.
it's
And
like
this is the thing too. This is my rant too.
that's like
A
the
lot of
real
people are
fast.
connecting to pro wrestling now because they know it's popular in the content creating format. Tell me I'm wrong.
That's
Tell me I'm wrong.
you. I don't think you're wrong on that one. I think people have seen what they could do far
See how
as
it
like
grows.
yes, because it's like man, what's the best way that I can like
I got
really put it?
example. Wheezy, the Miranda girl and her boyfriend, all these different ones. They have that Gen Z mindset and they can relate to it, but they like pro wrestling. Guess what? Because it's introduced people into pro wrestling, and there's certain perspectives and their mindsets. Because you're looking at them like, oh, that girl's super pretty. How does she like pro wrestling? And then you find out she's married and all this stuff. And of course, it's just because she's a pro wrestling fan. And then you connect off of that. Like, there's just different things. Like, I feel like wrestling has connected in the content format. Because in reality, for the content creating, I don't feel like they've grown as excelled as so many as people do until they get into talking about pro wrestling. TikTok is big on pro wrestling or wrestling. I'll just say wrestling. I don't. They call it a whole different perspective. The X account.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Something else.
I look at it like, man, people tune in to just make content about it. It's like, okay, well, I did this video and I was talking bad about WWE and it did really well. So I guess after every show, I guess I just continue talking bad about WWE.
You just
or
gotta get that
whatever
one
like
little
that.
segment in, and then it's gonna be over 1,000. But if you talk shit about AEW, and my gosh, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't agree to that, it's like in reality, bro. It's like the politics standpoint. If you ain't on this side, damn you. If you ain't on this side, well, you still you have that other end that's like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have the sources. Like
Mhm.
it's just like pro wrestling. Just because you like WWE, you're not a pro wrestling fan. How? It's the major leagues. Anyone. I don't care what you tell me. There ain't no wrestler that's going to say, I don't want to ever be on WrestleMania. I
Exactly.
guarantee you.
That was my point. That was my point when I was talking about I was talking about wrestling and something else the other day. Like people like really like name one person that was like, yo man, when I grow up, man, I want to be on WCW Starcade. No offense, but come on. Oh man, when I grow up, man, shush. I want to be on NWA Great Balls of Fire. Like, just no offense to what I'm naming though, but I'm just saying, like, it always been like, man, one day.
You want to be on
I hope
WrestlePalooza, ECW format?
Yeah, one day, man, I hope I be on Balls to Walls, man. Just woo, like GCW Balls to Walls, man. Like, this is amazing. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Kettlebell special.
For real. No one. Like someone actually grows up and be like, you know what, man, I really want to play for the Chicago Wildcats. It's like, what team is that? Oh yeah, that's the Canadian. No, that's the Arena Football League.
That's they moved to Europe.
Come on, no.
And
You
they
play
always
football
got validation.
because
That's the funniest part to me, bro.
you want to play for the Chicago Bears, or you want to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars, or the Kansas City Chiefs, or you want to wrestle for the WWE and wrestle at WrestleMania. Now, come on, man. We all be honest. We can have this conversation a million times, though. Like I said, wrestling is subjective. It's a lot of shit, phony things that go on with, following other wrestling fans and just being a wrestling fan and being on social media as a wrestling fan. Oh, you just watched WWE. Okay, and at least the show is better. I mean,
at least
I
you're
would rather
watching.
not sit through 12 Canadian
It's not like they don't
destroyers.
show moves. It's not like they don't show these things. They do it at timings. Most of them. Here's the thing: the Ricochet and Will Ospreay match was good. It was good because it was different. It doesn't happen all the time. That's why it trended, because you saw it. Oh my gosh, this was unbelievable. And then guess what? A lot of independent wrestling fans came back when Cody Rhodes came back, because when him and Seth Rollins did that damn phenomenal match that they did, it's because you don't see it often, because it was different. This is one thing I love of what WWE has been doing, and this is something that they've done for a long time. Their matches are not the same. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, the matches are not the same. And that's something that I feel like always needs to be on the show. Have your guys that can do the lucha style, whatever, but you do it in different ways. And that's what I love about when they got, AAA Pro Wrestling, stuff like that. Because like you never really knew what they were, but it caught your eye because you're like, man, I like that character such and such. And dude, didn't they just bash you on TikTok because you sat there and was like, dude, I just discovered this person and I like this. I'm a fan now. And then they bashed you, go, oh, you didn't see this person in such and such day all the way in North Dakota or Japan and all these other different things. It's like you can't just like something. And that's something that a lot of people just have issues with. And when people talk to me, I watch real pro wrestling. I love Maverick to death. Me and Maverick went on a long rant on Blackheart Show about it because I was like, what is pro wrestling? And he's like, how dare you ask me that? I'm like, no, what is pro wrestling? That person that you're talking about, do they have T-shirts that I would buy? Do they have the action figures that I would do? I remember when I went to, we're finished on this topic in a second. I remember I went to the AEW. It was the very first Fight for the Fallen. And there was a good card, whatever, but I was bored out of my damn mind on a certain match. And I said, he's going to have to jump off of something and damn near kill himself to get a pop. And guess what he did? He took a top rope, leaped off. The pop literally only went for 0.5 seconds. After he landed, they forgot about the match. What tells you on that scenario? What was the purpose of hurting your body to get that pop for that certain second? And they don't even care after the 1, 2, 3 happens because you just did the big spot. You just did it. And then before that match, they saw Kenny Omega face some Japan guy, and they're just flipping and doing all these things. And then you got this match to where they were doing the exact same thing. And then you had another match that did the exact same thing, to where you only watched the Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes versus the Young Bucks because guess what? You knew who Cody Rhodes was. You knew who Dustin Rhodes was. And you've heard of the Young Bucks, so get an introduction of them. I'm not a Young Bucks fan. I've never have. I don't believe they're really pro wrestlers, but that's just my perspective. If you like them, I'm not going to bash you for them. But it's like people just have certain tastes to what pro wrestling is. And I feel like we just need to be more open on it and not bash it all the time. So that's my finish on that take. But Dre, I have a good segment on this very last one. We're going to go maybe 10, 15 minutes at the most on it, but it's called Hey Brother. And what Hey Brother is going to be is basically we're two content creators, we're two fathers, we're two husbands, I mean, we have our significant others and stuff like that. So what Hey Brother is meaning is, how are you? And I don't want to hear that's typical how robot thing is like, yeah, my day's good, I'm here, whatever. Like, how are you? Like, this is something that we're really going to start dialing in every week. Because like you just said, we almost went on a full episode just doing Dad Rant. So there's so much stuff that really could be said at times. And I've had a hard time for a long time to actually express going, I could express this. I could say these things. So I think this was a perfect segment for you and I. And it's like I said, it's hey brother. So Dre, how are you?
I'm hungry. No, all seriousness though, man.
That's the way to top off the hey brother thing. It's about
I am.
mental health. I'm hungry.
And I'm getting upset too. Because I'm doing the order right now for delivery. And they fucking really don't got nothing. They put everything back. It was unavailable. And the only thing they got was the fries and the daggone potato salad.
DoorDash or Uber Eats? Which one is that?
Walmart.
Oh, Walmart.
Walmart.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Just like I was saying earlier with that, I think that is the mainly challenge, trying to, you know, figure out that life and these kids. They stressful, man. They really are.
Not just the kids.
I just be trying.
I mean, it's just anything because we got to be the armor. And I think we've made this rant before. We are our kids as sources. We are our kids as stuff. And like we just said, man, they're getting very experienced on YouTube and stuff like that, getting on stuff that we can't even hold them from anymore. So it's like, and like we said, we got significant others. They're looking at comfort. They're looking at certain things for us to be their shield. So like that takes a lot to go into that. And I think you've got a good perspective on this. And we had a good talk about it off the camera and stuff like that. So like, I want you to dive in a little bit into it. Obviously, you don't have to go too into it as much as we were behind the camera, but
nah, it's just about, you know,
a little into it.
Yeah, it's just about when you got kids, man. It's also like, you know, especially with the mom, and I feel like when you have a your first time parent, you know, you're like obsessed with the baby, and it's like, well, this thing I was obsessed with, kinda, I'm not so obsessed with. I got this new toy.
Yep.
So it's like, well, it's like Andy in Toy Story. Well, I'll play with you when I get to Woody, the Buzz Lightyear. Ooh, it's from outer space. Ooh, he got gadget. He light up. I want to take him everywhere. You know, I felt like Andy. I was Andy. No, not Andy. I was Woody. I was Woody in the first Toy Story. And my son was Buzz Lightyear. He popped up on the bed. Boom. Oh, who's on my space up there? Who's up there? I gotta find out who's up there. You know, and I'm Woody, and I'm climbing up there, and I'm trying to figure out that, and Woody's showing off, and you know, all the other toys. That's his nana, them aunties, them everybody else. So oh yeah, look at my gadget. Yeah, you know, like, oh, look what I do. Yeah, And I'm like, you know. That's all his aunties, grandmother, my mother, his sisters, all that, and then wifey, she's somewhere in there, you know. And it's like, man, everybody want to play with Buzz Lightyear now. No one want to play with me no more. Oh, okay, all right, yeah, like all serious though. But yeah, that's a real that's a good like that's a good a lot of guys deal with that. They don't talk about it because they feel like they just, you know what, hell, it'll get better. Hell, you know what? My son, you know, hey, you know, he's only little. You know, obviously he needs love, you know. First time parent, you don't really understand. You just trying to figure it all out. Take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that's what you have to do. But at the same token, though, you know, you got to show people sometimes better than you can tell them. So look here, if I shut off and I get quiet, then look here, it ain't my fault. I don't feel no type of way no more about it. I'm like, fuck it. Because I tried. And, you know, and I think it real suck, too, when you get so many people who try. And I think when that guy who tries and pulls in, and then, man, it's so many. Like, dudes, man, like, we don't like rejection. We're not really, like, big on rejection. So if I come up to you and I gave you a kiss, or if I smacked your ass or whatever like that, and then maybe later on that night and I try to, like, initiate like something and then you reject me, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Like, for one, you're supposed to be so smart as a woman. You have all these women intuitions and emotional intelligence, and you know everything, but when it come to me, you don't know shit. Like, come on, man. Like, and I'm not talking about, me. It's that with a lot of women, act like they, clueless and don't know whatever and don't know your man and do you want to think about sex? No, I think about food. I think about a lot of things. I think about other stuff. But I mean, come on, I am a man. Like shit. Like don't try to make me feel some type of way because I'm a man. You feel me? Like I don't know, man. It's just I can go on and on and on and on about it. You know. Um. Yeah, but I think I was prepared. But shit, and some of the ones that when you ain't prepared, because it's just so many. And then sometimes you put some of them. excuse me. You throw them in the back, and you just like fuck it. You move on. Like for me, this room right here was my sister. She was living here with me. So
Mhm.
I think we did. I don't know what we did, a party or whatever. So this table, I took the table because I had the computer sitting on a stool for a minute. It was on a stool. Like nobody knew the backstory. So then I got some monitors and shit when I started doing the watch alongs and shit. And then I was just like, all right, this is my little cozy, dad little room or whatever like that. And I just get in and chill, because if she feels some type of way, I ain't trying to be around it. Little man want to be up on her ass. All right, be up on it. Look at I ain't got look at I ain't got nothing for you.
And I love how you said that part because and I think that is a great example of what you said on that because
Go.
where we get and I feel like this can be very relatable and I think anyone could talk about this, especially dads and just men in general. When you get in a relationship and stuff, when we get comfortable and it's different than what it is when women get comfortable, if that makes sense. We only have certain comfort scenarios. We have things that we're in ways men are still built on old school. Women at times they're built on me, and then there's some that
Yes.
you're being too clingy or certain things. You just got to learn how to which button it is that day. Now, there's certain things when we talk about comfort for men, it's like, hey, we want to lay around, we want, we want to hold you or certain things. Now that can be a perspective. That's showing that we've got, feeling, love,
Yeah,
but
and
it's not like
quick
we're
question.
roommates.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Uh, how do you show your love to Samantha? What basically, I feel funny asking a guy this question though, but what is your love language? I know my love language is physical touch, so I show my love language whether it's, you know, I show basically my love is, whether I'm rubbing on my son's stomach or, rubbing on his big ass head or, what far as her rubbing on her or whatever like that. That's my thing. Like if you say you love me, whatever like that, just don't say it. Touch me. Like I'm a physical touch type person. So that's how I show my love. And I know everybody's
There's
different.
certain ways. I mean, now there's been times that we've witnessed it, especially when we first got married. It's 10 times better than what it was when we first got married because we had a lot of challenges when it came to that because we were having bad financial stuff. Stuff was going with her dad. It was just a lot that was crumbling in things. Stuff with my
Yeah.
son. It was like a lot piled in. Like we shouldn't be together what we are right now. But in the same things, I've learned it from a long time, man. And I think sometimes it's my worst enemy, especially when it came to relationships in my past. I didn't know when to say, hey, this ain't working. This ain't working. I've always been that
Mm,
person like, hey, there's better days. There's better days. Especially being married. You don't get those things where you go, this ain't working just
'cause I
because it's
think,
Tuesday, the world revolves five
yeah,
times
I think
and
for
it's just
us,
not it's off. And I
yeah, I
feel
think
like
for
so
us,
many generations they
yeah,
forget that perspective and they're looking
yeah,
at it as, oh, it's got to be that fairy tale. It's got to be those things.
yeah,
And those got to be those days. Now, my main thing that me and Samantha have been really working on is now that I'm off, now I'm on morning shift again. I'm not on nights. Even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 10 to 15 minutes, phones are off. and we're gonna just sit together. Certain thing. We're gonna do certain things together. Um, if it's to play the Wheel of Fortune on Xbox, yeah, I'm that person now. Play the Wheel of Fortune on Xbox. Certain little things like it's just us time. Now, I mean, it's a little bit, but we make sure if we didn't do that, we try to take a shower or something together. Just it's a couple thing, just something that's
Mm-hmm.
just me and her because we don't get date nights. When date night it is, hey, Annabelle's in the room. We're gonna come in, watch, eat food or whatever, or we'll try to put her to bed early or whatever. Still working on Samantha to put her to bed by herself and not have to be in the bed with her to get her to go to sleep. But it's like we try to do something together. Like when we did Mr. and Mrs. Marlowe, that was because we didn't see each other all the time. So it was like we that was our time together, and it was like we really found certain things that we really thought we knew that we really
And
didn't know
I,
in
I
that
want to
sense.
chime in real fast before I forget it though. And I said this on Beyond 11:30 though, man. Like like we are so we get pulled in so many directions. Parents, our jobs, our spouses, our kids, like personal stuff. Taking your own, and we just don't have time for other people. But I I, I, I don't know, man. Like that's why I try to communicate with her as much as possible when I
Do y'all have
can.
any like
It's
couples y'all hang out with? Like say
no,
like
not really,
couples with
but
kids? Because we
I
have
mean,
one per really good friends right now. I work with him and stuff like that. And his wife, and the funny thing is my wife and his wife, I still say it to this day, would not be friends to this day unless it was for our daughters being
yeah,
friends and stuff like that.
but
And it's been the best thing because we can go and hang out with them
yeah,
and
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
kids and stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we are we going through the stages. We going through the stages of that though. But what I want to say, man, I try to communicate as much as possible, bro, because
Hmm.
I would hate to have to lay down to a person that we barely spend
Yeah.
time with. Now we done spend all this time raising kids. We don't know each other. We don't like that. Look at nah, I'm good.
I mean, I've had some questions with Samantha before. I've like, hey, it's not necessarily are you happy, it's like, how are you? And
Hmm.
like her
I feel like
biggest
you have to
rant,
check on.
her
You have
biggest
to.
rant, yeah. I think her biggest rant with me right now is emotional support, is because I've been through a good bit of stuff. I don't know how to, per se, what's the best way to say it? Like she had a bad day. Okay, I can hold her, she'll cry, whatever, but it's like I don't know what else she needs on my end on that. Now, I did most random thing for her. I actually bought her flowers on Tuesday because and my main thing is what I've been doing is I've been trying to give her text messages before she wakes up every morning. And just
Hmm.
like, hey, and one thing that really struck her differently is because we're in this new lapse now. Is Samantha's a stay-at-home mom now, and I'm the only one working at the time. So it's like Samantha, she's taking Belle to school, picking Belle up, having to get Belle up to go to school, certain things because I'm out the door at 3 or 4 in the morning. So it's like I'm not here at those essence. And I remember when I texted her and said, hey, I want to let you know I appreciate you for what you're doing, with the mom life and stuff like that. And we're busy because Annabelle's doing soccer. We're just finishing up on soccer. Um, her dances yearly, so it's like we've always got something going on. And obviously, I'm pulling stuff on my end. My mom's not the best right now health wise because my mom usually watches my kids. So it's like when we were both working, my mom was able to watch her and stuff like that because I'm just not a person that's okay with the daycare center that's and scenarios now because I mean there's so many things that kids just know around things. And like I don't know how Annabelle takes on those adversity things because I've witnessed some of the stuff in regards with her at school and stuff. So it's like I want her to have at that type of comfort and standpoint. Like I want to be there for her. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
got two kids, but I'm basically raising one, if that makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
And that's something that really has always been a tough thing with me. And like
No, I
Samantha
think
even told
I'm.
me about
I,
that. It's like, hey, we need to go to more events and stuff like that because she said, I know you don't like hearing it, but you didn't get to do this with, Matthew. And it's been tough at these things. Like, dude, it's like I got a 12-year-old. I got a 12-year-old boy that I've got a woman that loves him unconditionally that's not really hers, but she has been through this with me. And this is something that I've had people even, and I've had some people even say some rude comments on YouTube and stuff like that. It's like, man, I thought you would be with someone a little bit different than her. And I'm like, you know what, man? She's everything I need to be because she's been there for me at my worst. And I mean my worst. Why the hell would I turn on her just because shit's not what it needs to be or
yeah.
certain things? And I've learned so many things about her since her father passed. Like I've told everyone publicly and everything, when her father passed, I felt like I should be filing for a divorce soon because she is going to absolutely shut down. That woman was a daddy's girl, and I knew she was going to be in a major depression or certain things. And I'm just admired by the strength that she has when it comes to that scenario. Um, with her family and stuff like that, and like how for her to be comforting with me with Matthew's situation and stuff. Like this woman has done so much for me. I never can just sit there and go, you know what, I can't give an effort to you. And that's something like I made sure I put every value in. We have gone through the things like we've had some of the apps, some of the little couple dating thing. There's one couple dating game, whatever you do, the one ups and stuff like that. We actually have been enjoying something like that, and like it's just those things. It's like you got to make time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. It makes something different, and in a way, and like I told you a long time. I remember when you told me and Blackheart in our group chat, I was like, man, I didn't know if I was going to be a father. And then you got to be a dad. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, this woman, y'all been together for a long time, bro. Like, I'm admired that y'all have built this foundation and y'all are still together. So, like, I understand when you go, because I've had that time, bro. Because, like, I look at myself, I'm like, dude, I'm in great shape. I'm in certain things. I'm healthy at 34 years old. Like, there's things that I look at. I'm like, I've always been very proud of my appearance and stuff like that. And yeah, I've gotten older. I've witnessed it. My beard's not dark as it used to be. And sometimes I get that thing. I'm like, man, what? Like, there's stuff all the time we share when we talk about it is when your woman can just walk in a shirt or in clothes or anything, and you're just like, damn, that's mine. That's my
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
and then
I
we
got,
get to that, and it's like, and I've even had this conversation with Samantha before. I was like, what is it that I could do for you to go like that? And she's like, you do all the time. I'm like, wow, I don't see it in certain things. And she's like, I do it all the time. I'm so admired when you go to the store, certain things. And it's like sometimes you need to hear those things because you feel like
mm-hmm.
you're in that little
Mm-hmm.
bubble, and you feel like
Mm-hmm.
that you are the only one trying at that essence. And then realizing that, oh, it is this way, but it's just not shown or expressed. And then in a way, it also shows her like he does need to be appreciated more. And it's like those things is what I feel like that builds an overall foundation. It has that continuation. So I remember I've known we've had some long talks about certain things, especially off camera. Um, it's probably the
Yeah.
longest on camera one we've had. But I
Yeah.
think
Nah.
I think it's perfect because like I said, man, I wanted this segment to be something that we really can just, after we hit that end button, and even if it helps people that are watching this, like they go, man, that really was relatable what how I feel today. And like there's so many relationships like that. That's why there's so many divorces now, bro. Because we think it's like a
Mm-hmm.
Disney movie is because in our mindset is when we have a kid with somebody, that's what we're building a foundation with. We want that life with them. Like we only want two things. We want someone that loves us, cares for us, and we take care of them. It's like those are the things that we've always been that comfort. Like, yeah, I will be the guy that, takes out the trash, do these things, whatever. I just need these little things from you. And like those are the things I feel like men feel like at that times we just don't get that. We don't get it. Like we got all these women that have the podcast and talking about, strong women's power and all this stuff. And I'm sitting, I'm like, I get it and to an extent, but you also got to realize, even as strong as tough as we are supposed to be at that same time, our
Yeah.
masculinity is questioned in that same vulnerability perspective because it's assumed that, oh, we're a man,
Mm-hmm.
we can deal with it. That is
Yeah.
our job.
Yeah. I'm having trouble with my delivery, which
No,
I
you
gotta
good.
call Walmart, and
No, you good.
I don't know how long we gonna
No. We're
so
about.
I
We're
got
about to.
so much to actually really get into, and there's so much I'm trying to do right now. But yeah, man, like
We'll
I
definitely
don't think
do this again.
we.
We'll definitely.
Oh
We
yeah,
have to.
most
We'll do
definitely,
a full
most.
episode of this. We'll do a full episode.
We have to because I'm dissecting everything you're saying and everything, man. And
No, you're good. You're good.
you definitely you definitely have to communicate with your partner. You don't want to definitely look up and just feel like y'all just raising kids, and then all of a sudden now the kid gone, and then he
And I mean,
grown, and then y'all look at each other
a
and y'all don't know each
a
other.
school gave me a real good perspective on it, and I mean, professors has prepared men at the same time, but we still make that choice because it's like that's our goal, bro. We want a wife, we want kids, we want these life. You know, we're gonna put the roof over their head. We're gonna do these things and do all that. We're just asking for certain little things. Because in reality, what is marriage for a man if it doesn't work? Alimony, child support. You might lose the house because guess what? They always favor to the person that has the lowest income. You have to provide for them. And now you got to pay for that person alimony wise until they get married. Like it's a downfall for men, but at the same time, we make that choice because we want that in our life. We want to be loved. We want these appreciations. So I think that was a great segment for Hey Brother. We're definitely gonna do a full episode on that later on. But Dre,
Yeah.
man, is there anything you want to finish up on? Guys, we want to thank
Hey
y'all for
man.
watching, man. If y'all are new to the channel, make sure y'all like, share, most importantly, subscribe, man. We talk about it all the time. It's free 99. You can't go wrong with free. You click it, you hop on it, and guess what? You stay tuned to all our episodes. If you like the Dad Rants, let us know. If you like what we talked about with pro wrestling, even if you don't like it, haters, come on in. That's what I wanted in this thing. So it's like, and of course, if you like the Hey Brother segment, and if you have questions that y'all want from us, drop them down below in the comments. But Dre, man, floor is yours,
Hey
brother.
man. Yeah, this has been great. I don't really got too much to say, man, but definitely make sure you follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms, and definitely make sure you subscribe, man. For real, subscribe to Buzzing with Marlo. 11:30
Shout
is
out to that,
free,
that watch
and
along. That was fun. That
yeah,
was a
man,
fun watch
definitely
along.
was, definitely was. I definitely like it. Of course, Dad Rants still got more rants to go about every week. It's a rant for real. I'm ranting to myself about everything every week. And
Pre-recorded.
the Hey
We're just
Brother,
gonna have to do a pre-recording. Just keep hitting the dad.
yeah, like for real. And Hey Brother, man, I'm definitely digging that though. So yeah, it's definitely things. If there wasn't so much going on right now and me distracted, yeah,
No, you
I
good.
really got so much. I'm pretty sure as soon as
Oh,
I
you
get
good,
off here,
bro. I got a game that's
I'm
coming on
going,
pretty soon. I got my
I'm going to
wife
be saying
bringing
to
us up
myself,
and
look at,
order pizza.
hey
Order
brother.
pizza now.
But nah, that's what's dope. That's what's dope. Hey, appreciate it.
Hey man, no problem. Hey guys, like we said, man, Buzzing with Marlo. I just had an episode on yesterday with Matt Burton. Go check it out, man. I'm telling y'all, y'all need to go check that out. It was great. a guy with cerebral palsy that is also an MMA fighter, just taking over adversity. His biggest influence is his parents and anime. It was a great story. And we're definitely going to have more with him later down the road. We're definitely going to do a live episode with him as well. But guys, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all had fun. It was a lot different what we're used to. It was, just talk. We talked pro wrestling, but we didn't talk about what happened on Raw, SmackDown, and all that. I just felt like it just needed a little change today. But guys, we thank y'all for watching. We hope y'all have a great weekend. We hope all teams do well. And Miami, y'all better win tonight. Y'all better win tonight. Jacksonville, y'all on a bye week. Thank goodness we won. We won. We ain't got to play. But guys, I'm Warren Mother from the Buzz More Mother podcast. That is Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast. And we are out. Later.